Hi, my friends. It's Meredith, your evolutionary astrologer. And today we are going to go deep into Pisces. So I want you to think about this video in a couple different ways. One, where do you have Pisces? Because it is in that domain in your life by house that you will act like this when you are in the unhealthy part of your Pisces. And remember, we have all 12 signs in our chart somewhere, and they function in a positive way or a negative way, a challenging way, a dysfunctional way. It depends where you are on the continuum of health. So think about your own chart, even if you're not a Pisces. But if you have a big Pisces chart signature, this video is so for you. It will be an honest reflection of the shadow side of you. Now, here's the deal with Pisces. You all know that I love you, but this is not the virtues video. This is the last video in this pain and pitfalls of why is it so damn hard to fall in love with the Pisces. I hope that you have enjoyed this entire series. And this is my last video in this series. So enjoy. This video comes with a warning label because my Pisces are very sensitive. This is not the virtues video. We are going to go into like what is problematic about falling in love with the Pisces. Um, and it when Pisces is unhealthy, I mean it goes south, it goes dark, it goes wrong, it goes off the rails, really in just a god awful way. So we're going to talk all about it. So if you are Pisces rising, a Pisces moon, even Pisces Mercury, Venus, Mars, or if you have a lot of planets in the 12th house, this video is so for you. Yep. Okay, let's dive in. One of the things I have to say is I don't have an editor on this video, so it's bloopers and all. And also, I want to tell you that I already recorded this whole video and there was no sound. So I'm doing the whole thing all over again. Oh my God, this is my life, right? So bear with me. We're going to go through this in a fast and furious way for you. I want to ask you the real question of, have you ever felt like you have loved somebody where it just felt like a dream, but a dream that you could not actually hold on to, right? Someone who looked at you with their whole soul and made you trust them. And you swore that you saw this concept of forever inside of them, only to discover that for whatever reason, this soulful connection like you've never had before was unsustainable. And even months later, you were not even really loving a person. You were loving a concept, an idea. Even worse than that, a mirage, right? You were falling in love with a mirage. I'm going to tell you, it is really painful to fall in love with a Pisces when they let you down. And have you ever poured your whole heart, your whole soul into a Pisces before, somebody with those prominent placements? Because if you have, you already know it's as if you, and I'm not speaking like religiously, I mean this like nirvana. It's like when you have loved a Pisces, when you've poured your whole self into Pisces, it's like you have touched God, right? And they make you feel like this is just destiny until they abandon you. And then you feel like God and heaven and your own destiny let you down and abandoned you. I mean, it is a very poignant and sad breakup with Pisces usually. And I'll tell you that while their love is transcendent, right? It's just transcendent. It transcends time and space. Their absent can be equally as excruciating. And the silence is just like a knife that cuts. And so today we're going to dive deep into like why loving a Pisces is just can be so unbearably painful. And remember, this isn't the virtue video. This is the pain and pitfalls and the suffering video. So, but I do want you to know that I love you, Pisces. Pisces are the gaslighters of the zodiac. And literally, once you finally stop blaming yourself, or I should say, once you kind of understand who they are, the psychology, the mythology, the astrology, the archetypal, place that they come from, behind their behavior, you will hopefully with this video stop blaming yourself for what never even made sense in the first place. So I want you to remember, I know a lot of you know this, but Pisces is the 12th sign of the zodiac, so it represents completion, the dissolution of the everything and the nothing. It's ruled by Jupiter and Neptune, and so Pisces kind of swims in two worlds in opposite directions. The human world, right, which is dealing with the feelings and the messes of life and the dishes in the dirty dishes in the sink. And then the spiritual world, which is where our intuition, our fantasy, and our divine connection live. And so I want you to also remember, so they're in two different worlds. And they don't always do well in both worlds. Sometimes they do well in one world and then the other, but doing both worlds together is really, really tough. So remember, they are the empath, they are the mystic, they are the healer, they are the dreamer, they are the escapist, they are the martyr, they are the savior, and they are the victim. Yes, they are. Wrap all that into one ball of yarn, and that's what you're dealing with. And they feel too much, they love too deeply, and they dissolve into you too easily. And so the word TOO is critical to understand Pisces. And this is why Pisces is capable of being the most romantic partner you've ever had in your whole entire life. And simultaneously, the most confusing, the most avoidant, the most self undoing, and the most heartbreaking. Pisces is a water without a container. Hello, a water without a container. Pisces is devotion with no boundary. Pisces is love without logic. Yeah. And that's where the pain really starts to begin. So we got to go into it a little bit more. Okay, we have to talk about the intoxication. And not their intoxication, but how falling in love with them is literally like this feeling of being intoxicated. And it's because nobody really falls for Pisces accidentally. They fall because they feel the fate inside the connection. They feel your soul, not your surface value. And Pisces doesn't ever fall in love with a resume or your money. You know, they love your wounds, they love your story, they love your softness, they love your secrets, they love your invisible pain. And they also see the things that you don't say. Yeah. They mirror back to you like a Libra does, even more so though, because they mesh with you. Libra keeps themselves 2 feet away and they show you yourself back to you, but Pisces sort of lives you with you. And they mirror your soul, not just yourself. Libra kind of mirrors your desires and your wants and your beauty and your humor and your fun and yourself back to them. Pisces mirrors your soul back to you. So Pisces can make a person feel like, wow, finally, I've met a person who sees the truth of who I am and they accept me for it, right? It's spiritual, it's telepathic, it's intangential, it's addictive, right? And there's the intoxication. And that is all very, very true. And that should be in the virtue video. But this way that they love you that feels like destiny, you know, I just want to keep going because you have to see where it's going to go wrong, and you can't see where it's going to go wrong if you don't understand what goes right. Because all this is about to be taken away from you, right? And by the way, if you've loved a Pisces, will you please leave a comment below? And please, Pisces, what I love about my Pisces and my Pisces rising and my Pisces playlist, like if you ever want to have fun, just for shits and giggles, that are really, really deep, go read the comments on any video inside my Pisces playlist. These Pisces pour their souls out. They write in paragraphs. They are such good writers. They are such good dreamers. They are such good people, because the people here, oh, time out. Okay. That might not have looked like it, but I just got interrupted with a phone call. And so I don't know where I was and I can't watch this video. So I'm just going to keep riffing for you. I think I was saying that there is like this deep emotional intimacy and there's this passionate intimacy as well. That's both physical and spiritual. But the truth is when you fall in love with Pisces, you feel like you're falling in love with something that is bigger than you, that is bigger than just them, that is bigger than the two of you, that is bigger than anything on earth. You feel the gargantuanness of it. You feel the I guess the destiny, right? And then, and then, and then it all comes unraveling. And that, I just want other signs to have compassion for Pisces. That is a devastation that other signs, Capricorn, Aquarius, Taurus, Leo, Sagittarius, Gemini, can roll through. Maybe not well, maybe not great, not saying it doesn't hurt, but there isn't that level of like all consumption, like something that consumed all of you and then just left. So let's talk about this. Let's talk about this. So here's the truth that you need to understand. And I love doing this series, was a little bit of a Debbie Downer, but I love giving you like the deeper reasons for the truth so you can develop more compassion for other people and other signs. And when I remember this about Pisces, I get less angry, right? Because I know they're not really in the earthbound real reason for leaving, for disappointing me. But let me just tell you something. Let me tell you this, that Pisces is built for love, but not necessarily love inside reality. They're built for the fairy tale. And they approach love like the fairy tale. And so Pisces is really the only sign that tries to merge souls. It's almost like there's going to be a soul takeover with Pisces, with another person. Like Pisces will infiltrate you. If you are their lover, they will infiltrate you. But merging with you requires dissolving my own self, my own agenda, my own opinions, right? If I'm going to step inside of you, I'm going to have to dissolve pieces of me. And here's what's weird. They do that. You certainly didn't ask them to do that. No way. You would never ask them. You're not asking them, hey, be involved with me and lose yourself. No, as a matter of fact, lose yourself and I don't want to be with you. Don't lose yourself. Do not lose yourself. I'm a big personality. I will steamroll you. Do not lose yourself with me. Do you understand, Captain? I do. And then what do? They go lose themselves with me. What the hell? I told you not to lose yourself with me. But here's what's weird about it. Here's where it's a twisted truth. Dissolving themselves is their deepest fear. And I think it's because they know they can. I think they know what it feels like to lose themselves completely. So they don't like falling in love. They do, but they don't, but they do, but they don't. They don't want to completely dissolve themselves and they don't know how to love without losing themselves. Hello. Do you guys feel it? I hope you guys feel it. Again, leave a comment if you are a Pisces, if you have done this, and maybe sweetly give advice to other Pisces. How did you break this pattern with yourself? Did you get involved? Hold on one second. This is a big question for my Pisces out there who have dissolved themselves and gone into. So now are you attracted to people that are unavailable so you don't do that with? There's one remedy, right? But this is why Pisces pulls away right when the relationship becomes really real. It's true. It's not because they stopped loving you. It's not because the more they love you, you know, the more they hate you or annoyed with you. They're not even annoyed with you. That's all gaslighting. They're really not even annoyed with you. You're really not even the bad person they say you are. It's because the more they love you, the more they fear, listen to me, the more they fear disappearing inside of you. Yes, it's like you're going to suck my soul into you. The truth is no, I'm not. You're doing that, Pisces. I don't want you to do that. You're doing that, but they don't know how to not do that. Pisces, please talk to us. Do you know how to not do that? It's like the heart is saying, come closer, closer, closer. And then their survival instincts say, oh my God, swim away, swim away, swim away, swim away. Come closer, swim away, come closer, swim away, right? And it's a Pisces paradox because one fish is swimming in this two fish are swimming in opposite directions. I'm coming close, I'm swimming away. I'm coming close, I'm swimming away. I'm coming close, I'm swimming away. Are you guys getting it? I hope my videos help you so much understand people. And here's one thing that I've learned, and maybe it's just the sick, dark side of me. I know I'm super fun and funny and light too, but I have this like Scorpio mind where it's like I understand you better in your dysfunction than I understand you in your light. Why? Because the dysfunction is instinctual and automatic. It is a natural reaction. It is your vulnerability. And your high functioning personality is practiced a lot of the time. Not all the time, a lot of the time. I love watching stand-up comedians, and let me tell you why. I like seeing what they do when a joke fails, when a joke gets no laughs, and it's usually an amazing sight to see. I can do it sometimes, but not all the time. It usually comes with humility and like a little bit of self-deprecation. You can't be full of yourself and be really, really good in that situation. And that's the part of life. I love seeing how are you going to handle like tripping tripping over yourself. How are you going to handle the mistake, the flub, the challenge? I want to tell you this one story. So I was in college and I had this big crush on this guy named Bobby Rice. I love the name, right? His name was Bobby Rice. I have no idea where he is today. Anyway, he was like from Michigan or something, and this was in Arizona. And so I knew he was going to go back to Michigan. And I was just like, I could not see my life in Michigan. No offense to my favorite Michigan people listening, and you know who you are. I just knew that it was like, nah, this is probably not going to work. Plus, I kind of think he was out of my league. I mean, he was really, really smart and handsome and charismatic and an athlete and all that jazz. Anyways, he was walking me back to my dorm because we had a class together, and he was walking me back to my dorm, and he was going to let me off at my dorm, and then he was going to continue on to his dorm. We were having just this hilarious, fun conversation. And by the way, I was adorable and charming and all that jazz, but I probably talked too much, and I probably was like funnier than I should have been because I kind of had a little crush on him. And guess what happened? Dun, dun, dun. It's so embarrassing. I was looking at him and I was telling him a really funny joke and I was being silly and all that I am. And I walked into a giant pillar. Why did he not tell me the pillar was right there? Anyways, I literally slammed my face and my shoulder into this giant stone pillar. And by the way, in Arizona, those pillars are really hot. That was like hot cement. So it's like another burn on my face. It was like so embarrassing. Anyways, I did not have that quick wit about me that could today roll with it and be like, oh, I guess that's because I have a crush on you. Right. Or something like, no, was so embarrassed. I ran away. I ran away. I literally ran. Like, and that was the end of my crush because, like, it just fizzled from there. But had I been like one of those quick-witted comedians, I probably could have, I don't know, made the situation better. A sense of humor is everything, but when you lose your complete bearings, right? And you are completely absorbed in another person, you trip over yourself. So Pisces is like that. They want this emotional fusion, but they are absolutely terrified by the emotional responsibility that comes with that fusion. And that tension becomes the other person's pain, right? Being involved with them. That tension that's inside of them eventually becomes your own pain. Okay, let's get into a couple really specific reasons on why everyone who loves a Pisces secretly complains about them. Yeah. So it's what I just kind of said. They emotionally disappear without any warning. And it's not even ghosting. It's like they just like fog you out and they gaslight you. And so you're talking to them one day and the next day they're like floating inside their own head and they're unreachable, unreliable. And they also kind of make it up. Like they act like it was something else. It wasn't you. Like, oh, my grandfather's uncle needed help with building his roof. What? What? Yeah. They also are conflict avoidant. And so the conflict is like the plague, and they would rather like drown quietly than say, I'm emotionally upset with you. They hate hurting feelings, but yet they hurt your feelings by avoiding you. So by avoiding hurting your feelings, they frickin' hurt your feelings. It's like another form of gaslighting. Mixed messages. I love you. I'm not sure about you. You're my person. I feel a soul connection with you. I need space. You're too much, right? I mean, it's all confusing. Pisces are emotionally passive aggressive. I mean, they are silent, right? They can kill you with this silence. They can kill you with the long pauses, like, oh, it's just self reflection, sad sighs. They withhold affection. Like, what do you mean you're going to be out here and watch TV? What do you mean you want me to go home? Why'd you roll over and go to sleep? Like, right? Like, you usually like to snuggle. You don't want to snuggle. And they become a victim without even really telling you the real reason why. They play victim. We're going to talk about that in a minute. They overpromise when they are emotionally high, emotionally into you. Like they genuinely believe in what they're saying at that moment. But here's the hard truth. I don't know if you guys can handle it. Can you tell me if you can handle my hard truths? Reality ruins everything. Yeah. Like, I just want to tell you guys, if you're involved with the Pisces, do what you can do to keep the fairy tale alive. Like, do not go to the bathroom in front of them. Do not floss your teeth in front of them. Do not be a normal, average human being. Do not slurp your spaghetti with a fork and the spaghetti noodle is going everywhere with no, don't do any of that. No, no, no. Unless you're being funny or just having a really good time. Like you have to keep your part of their fairy tale, whatever that is, figure out what it is, alive. Like keep the fairy tale alive because reality, like paying the bills and air in the tire and changing a flat tire and ruins everything. They get overwhelmed so easily that when they're overwhelmed, what do? They shut down. One tough conversation and Pisces goes into an energetic coma. their nervous system completely deflates and it collapses. We got to talk about follow through. When Pisces is really unhealthy, they don't follow through consistently. Intentions, pure as snow. Woo! Like they really mean it. Execution, no, no. They're like a little bubble, pop. Yeah, over. And here's what's weird about reality and fantasy. They can drown in the fantasy. They can fall in love with the idea of you, but not necessarily the responsibilities or the connection. And I'll tell you, how do they self-soothe? With escapism, sleeping, doom scrolling, fantasizing. Double check that one. Who are they fantasizing about? Where do their fantasies take them? Is it video games? Is it online corn? Right? What is it? Where do their fantasies take them? Figure that out fast. Figure that out in the beginning. Substances. Yeah. So they do anything to avoid pain. I'm going to tell you this next one, and this is really brutal. I know. This is really brutal, and I hope, Pisces, you still are hanging with me because you can learn a lot about your own self, and I want you to have compassion for you, and I want you to know that I get you, and I'm not blaming you. I just really understand. I don't know why I'm losing my voice in this video. But I want to take this quick minute just to tell you guys, because if you're still with me, I hope so much you are coming to learn with me at my brand new academy. Did you guys see that I'm building an academy? And it is so exciting. And if you can't come learn with me in person in Seattle, May 14, 15, 16, and 17, consider coming and studying at my school. And my school this year is going to have 6 courses. When you take 10 courses with me, so that will go into next year too, you can become certified through my Athena Academy of Astrology. Do you guys like the name? What do you think of the name? My friend Jessica, who has been my hostess helping me put on my European courses, helped me come up with that name. And I just thought it was absolutely beautiful. So it's AAA. We are starting January 11th. And guess what? Guess what? It's so exciting. Through the month of December 2025, you get to have $250 off your tuition. And it takes only 10 courses to become certified. And when you're endorsed by the Athena Academy, Soul Navigation, Meredith, people know you've done really friggin' deep astrology. They know that you're a myth buster. They know where you come from and they trust you. They know that you are studying deeper astrology. We don't just do nuts and bolts. We go down into the underbelly. And I really show you also like how astrology has evolved over time. So we are going to be teaching you the evolution of your soul. So if you want to become a professional astrologer, this is the place to be. And if you just want to deepen your astrology and be able to pick up a chart anywhere, anytime, and be able to read it, this is the place for you. Anyways, this discount is through December. You get $250 off. And what that means is it's basically like getting the entire foundations course for free. So you can buy the whole course lineup for 2026. And it's usually $1,250, but it's $999. Woo! Woo. Why? Because I want to make it affordable. It's like $20 a class. That's what it turns out to be. It's a little bit less than that, but I wanted to make it affordable. And I wanted people who wanted to step into deeper astrology and maybe a whole new passion have a safe place to learn. So the classes are going to be intimate. They're going to be 90 minutes on Sundays. Most of the classes are going to be on Sundays. And if you don't want to do the whole thing, which I recommend because I'm going to teach you A to Z, like you are going to get a foundational grounded root system underneath you to propel you out there into the astrological world, you can cherry pick. You can just come to my cold readings class, or you can go to Connie Joe's generational planets. You need to know about the generational planets and the timing of them. Like when does Pluto transit? When are Saturn transits? When's Uranus transit? You need to know about your Uranus return and your Pluto square and your first Saturn square, and that's going to be immeasurably important. Anyways, I hope you are coming and learning with me. You can check it all out. You can see the entire course, the dates, and the courses that are happening at soulnavigation.com. Just click on the Athena Academy, and then you can make the purchase. And you can also see information over at shopsoulnavigation.com. You can get there through soulnavigation.com, click on the Athena Academy, and you'll see all the courses. January 11th is the day. I am so excited. You guys, this was a big launch and a big leap for me, because I'm like giving up 38 Sundays out of my year to teach you, but I want to because this is my soul's calling. And nothing makes me happier than passing my light and my torch onto those who want to do something extraordinary with astrology. It makes me so happy. So, just to say, think about coming to my Athena Academy virtually on Zoom on Sundays, and also think about an immersion workshop and retreat. It's going to be the time of our lives. It's for 4 days. So it's a totally different experience. We're going to do the progress chart, and I'm going to teach you timing techniques, how to use astrology to pick the best times to create success in your life. And that's going to be over the course of 4 days in May. And you can see that at Soul Navigation too. Let's continue talking about Pisces. This is a big one. And this is crazy, I know, but they really allow unhealthy, toxic people, vampires, into their life, and they attach to them, and those people end up draining them. And so it comes from this place that Pisces can't say no. Pisces feels sorry for people. And so they end up oftentimes taking care of the other people in their life. So guess what? They end up not having time for you, their love, their girlfriend, their boyfriend, their husband, their wife, because they've got to go take care of Uncle Bob or whoever. They let toxic people into their life that they got to fix and heal. But you know, and I know that they can't fix and heal these people. And then that brings us to this next thing that they do. And that is that they become the unending martyr. You know, I do everything for everyone and no one understands me. No one gets me. I give and give and give and give, and no one gives to me. And they exaggerate. Are you ready for this? They exaggerate their suffering to be able to cope. So they set themselves up as a martyr, then they victimize themselves. That creates a suffering in order to cope with not being emotionally available for you. Hello, wait, did you get the formula? Please rewind that and watch that. So they become a martyr, they victimize themselves, they attach to unhealthy people that need them, they give and give and give and give, and they hope that it buys time with you. They hope that it buys time not having to connect with you. But wait a minute, I thought we had a soul connection. I thought we were twin flames and it was destiny. Yeah, but Bob's uncle. Yeah. And then they feel guilty for everything. And so when they know that you're disappointed with them, they can't stand that. And so they get paralyzed and they are like a sponge for guilt, for even things they didn't even do, but they just walk around feeling endlessly guilty. Okay, we're not even done yet. I know. I'm just getting started, people. Oh my God. I know it's a lot and I don't want to overwhelm you all, but like Pisces is really big. And I want to tell you that I did this video before Scorpio. I thought Scorpio was going to be my last video. And then there was no sound. And I was like, oh, the world must not be ready for all this truth because, like I know I sadly I and it is sad and it breaks my heart, but I really understand the Pisces sabotage because I've lived up close to it like this in my life, and it's heartbreaking. And one of the things that is really difficult about being mad at your Pisces is they're so fragile and you so know it that you it's really hard to even be openly mad at them because you're afraid that they will not survive your anger. And so you end up kind of holding all of the anger and the upset inside of you. Like you just know if I rip this person to shreds, that there won't be anything left. Like, that would be like me being a fire-breathing dragon on a piece of paper. I'll incinerate the person. I could incinerate a Pisces. I don't do that. I know I could. I'm a big ball of fire. So I don't do that. I come from the Libra in me. So when you're working with a Pisces that is really unhealthy, come from the softer parts of you, really. You don't need to come out guns a-blazing. They feel worse about themselves than you feel about them, and that's a lot. So how does Pisces sabotage love? Let's talk about it. Um, Pisces doesn't even want to sabotage love. They're simply wired with these emotional patterns that just eventually unravel the connections. And they fall in love too fast and then they panic. They panic over it. So they form these soul attachments. And once they realize that the connection is really effing real for you, fear kicks in and they're like, oh, a deer in the headlights. So attachment creates fear, which creates withdrawal. So you're like, okay, how do I win with these people? How do I win? Attachment, fear, withdrawal. Don't here's my advice for you, okay? And maybe you guys let me know, should I do this for another series? Like I have so many videos I have to do. I can't keep up with it, but I am keeping up with it. But it's hard. Should I do like how you can remedy? It's almost like how like the video, I don't know what the title would be, but it's like how do I keep my Pisces attached if they have this attachment fear withdrawal? That kind of video. Like, what could a great title be for that? It's almost like the remedy for being involved with an unhealthy Pisces. I say run because it's hard to and let them become healthy on their own a little bit. But one of the things I would say is do not attach to your Pisces as fast and as furious and to the degree that they want you to. Like, don't do destiny on night one. No, make them prove frickin' destiny to you on 6th month. Like, take it really slow. Everybody be a Taurus, okay? Go slow. Everybody be a Scorpio. Be sus. Be suspicious. Um, like if they idealize you, take it as a compliment and move on. Keep on moving on. Make them prove it to you. Make them climb a couple mountains, right? So, they build a fantasy version of you, and then when you fail to be that fantasy, um, they don't say anything, and but their disappointments leak out in subtle ways, and they'll do pokes and jabs. And they also refuse to articulate their needs. They want you just to know. They think you should just be psychic. You know, they if they then they feel unmet and underappreciated and unseen, and the resentment grows because you psychically didn't know that they didn't like you to, I don't know, put cheese on top of their potatoes or whatever it was. And I will also tell you they're very attracted to partners that need saving. They think love equals rescuing. So they end up choosing addicts, emotionally broken people, unavailable partners. And that's what I want to know. Are you doing that? Are you doing that, Pisces? Chaotic lover. They're attracted to chaos and wounded souls. And so if you're involved with them, you just watch. If they start showing you the chaos in their life, ding, 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 red flag, red flag. Like, oh my God, my work boss and my work colleague, and oh my gosh, Billy Bob's brother, no. Call me when you're not chaotic and busy. Chaos is an excuse. It is a big, giant red flag. Big, giant red flag. Anyways, I want your video ideas. Will you leave me a comment? Give me some ideas on what you want to learn about, because I really trust my Pisces people. And I love my Pisces people, even if you are a little bit broken or not healthy. I love you. I do. I care about you. And I hope this video helps give you clarity. Okay, why do Pisces feel like that they have to rescue someone? Why? I'll tell you, it's very similar to Scorpio, and they are similar, but it makes them feel worthy. It makes them forget their own problems, and they they feel like if they have you to save, they've got a mission, they've got a cause, and they've got somebody who's got bigger problems than them. And also, if you're broken, you probably can't connect into them to the degree that they wanted you to, and therefore your resistance creates safety. So I know this isn't that video, but this is the video I wanted to know if you wanted. And that is if you resist Pisces, they stay healthier. I know, cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs. I can go into why that is, but it's just that resistance. So they try harder. It's like you give them a mountain to climb. Um, they, hate Pisces hates being wrong so deeply that they twist themselves into like a pretzel to avoid the responsibility and the accountability of being wrong. And they're not manipulating you, they're actually living in fear. That part's not manipulation. They don't want to think of themselves as a bad person. But oftentimes they'll put the crimes onto you when you really don't deserve it. I will also tell you they like to be numb. They like to be numb rather than having anger, hate, antagonistic feelings, confrontation. They would rather numb out and smoke a joint or be drunk or go for a run or run away. Yeah. This is where they escape you. So if they're avoiding you, they're numbing out from something. They like to float away from pain. So how do they create pain? They float away. It's hard for them to even go to a doctor. They like to literally float out. And they will sabotage a lot of the times by disappearing at critical moments. Like, let's have an important conversation. I got overtime on my shift. I got to go. We have a deadline. Oopsie, my bad. I'm sorry. I didn't know. You have emotional needs. Oh, I need to watch this show. The Super Bowl's on. I don't know, but they evaporate under pressure. Have you ever noticed that? I had one of the most important nights, probably top 4 most important nights of my life, up there with my dad's death and my baby's birth. And the Pisces in my life really could not show up. Not really. Not in the way that was wanted or needed. I mean, they walked in, you know, hello, not present. Yeah. And it's not because they didn't love me, it's because they felt incapable of meeting my expectations. And so they made themselves sick. Yeah. Am I mad? No. Was I disappointed? Yes. Was I heartbroken? Yes. I also knew that wasn't going to help the situation. So I just loved the person through it. And I made them feel like it's okay. Inside, was it okay? Yeah, it was okay. But, right, a little bit disappointing. They set themselves up to become the victim in their own love story. Have you noticed that? So they have the subconscious belief that in order to love, there has to be like this melancholy suffering. It's a lot like Scorpio. And so they unconsciously create or recreate scenarios where they feel wronged or misunderstood or you don't get me. And they also can collapse under their own empathy. So Pisces feels your emotions more intensely than you feel them. And when you're hurt or upset, they absorb it so deeply that they actually shut down. And this makes emotional intimacy difficult, maybe impossible. So, are you with a Pisces? And I don't know if you want to disclose this. If you want to, great. But if not, just think about it yourself. How is the emotional intimacy and how long have you been with this person? And you'll see that if you have a big Pisces Mars or a big Pisces chart signature, the emotional intimacy piece can shut down when there is conflict or confrontation. And you guys, what I want to tell you like 5 different things, but I really think you guys should get my soul's design report. It's a little bit deeper than the natal report. Now, if you haven't gotten anything from my chart, you absolutely should start with the starter package. It's just absolutely gorgeous. It's beautiful. Keep it forever. It is a keepsake forever. And you want to get my gorgeous natal chart and you want to laminate that thing. Why? Because your grandchildren and your grandchildren's grandchildren deserve to know about you. It's not just for you, it is the roots, it is your soul's code. And you want to leave that with your will. And you think I'm joking. I'm not. So if you didn't get the starter package, go get that. But if you did get the starter package, that means the gorgeous natal chart and the deep dive natal report, go get the soul's design report. And that report is just so deep and it is just scrumptious and it will show you in a whole new way through a whole new lens. It is beautiful. It's one of my top sellers. Everybody loves it. I've never gotten a complaint about it. I love that report. I love it. I love it. I love it. A lot of you are getting your Astro Gold package. That's your progress chart. And I want to tell you that you should get that. If you're a progressed Pisces, oh my God, you have to get the advanced Astro Gold package. But the cool thing about that package is it's a little bit more money, but it gives you your unique chart rulers report. Oh my God, blow your mind. Go get that report. Go get that report. If you haven't worked with your progress chart, that's what we're going to study in Seattle. And by the way, if you can't come to Seattle, you'll be able to eventually buy that after my editor works on it. You'll be able to buy it just as a workshop in the shop. But of course, I'd rather you come because it's going to blow your mind. But the Soul's Design Report, I just think is deep. It's extraordinary. It is beautiful. You will love it. Okay, let's keep going. Let's keep going. Um, here's some truths. Here's some truths. So the thing about Pisces is they never learned how to hold emotional boundaries. They let too much in, they give too much away, and they dissolve instead of being present. Whoops, whoopsie. I moved my microphone and now I don't have a place to put my big hands. What am I going to do with myself? I'm too big for my chair. Yeah, their entire life is shaped by having empathetic overload, emotional absorption, guilt. They have so much guilt. Remember, they're on the Virgo and Pisces is on the same axis. And that is the sign that suffers from guilt. Like the Sagittarius Gemini axis suffers from too much talking, too much knowledge, too much personality, right? This access and learning that access is too much learning. Like this access is in the guilt. So, and the too much also. They fear being too much. They have too big of fears around abandonment. They have enormous fears of hurting other people. And they have a fear mostly of being responsible for somebody else's pain. So, it's ironic that then why do they want to be involved with people who are, victimized, that are broken, that live in chronic pain? Because they're two fish swimming in contradictory directions. Did you see that? Shh. Yeah, that's Pisces. So the unhealthy Pisces, the Pisces that are unaware, they protect themselves only one way they know how. I want you to think about the ocean. How does an octopus protect itself? How does a fish protect itself? How does a crab protect itself? How does a lobster protect itself? I know those are crustaceans, but how do fish protect themselves? How does a bunny rabbit protect themselves? By one thing and one thing only: retreating, hiding, going away, disappearing, not being found, ghosting, fogging, whatever you want to call it. That is Pisces, right? And when Pisces retreats, the people who they love the most are left with the wound. And it hurts. And if you're a Pisces, I want to tell you, find the courage. Find the courage to talk to your person. So, why you feel so hurt? Why is it so painful? It's because when you connect with a Pisces, you're not connecting with a person. You are connecting with the mirror of your soul. Did you feel that? And then that is going to leave you. Your soul leaves you. And you know it was true. So when they pull away, you don't just lose them. You lose that part of yourself that they awakened. So this is why the heartbreak with Pisces is so different. If you're if you've been left by a Pisces, you're grieving the dream they shared with you, the dream they gave you, the dream they fostered, the dream they nurtured, the fantasy you guys talked about, the potential, the future building you talked about, the emotional intimacy, the soul connection, the version of you that felt safe for once and seen for once and then seen again and again and again, and the spiritual connection that felt faded, that just evaporated one day. You know, Pisces breaks hearts, but it's not because they are cruel. It's because their love awakens things that their fear cannot sustain. They create things inside of you and them and the two of you that their fears cannot follow through on. So I want to end with this. Pisces is not the villain. They're not the monster. They're not the heartbreaker on purpose. They are another version of the wounded healer. Did you guys see my Chiron workshops? You can go get those at shopsoulnavigation.com if you want. But Pisces is very similar to Chiron, and they are a soul that feels too much. And I want you to learn about Chiron. I want you to learn about Pisces. I also, if you love this video and you want to go really, really deep, I only did 3 master classes on signs: Virgo, Scorpio, and Pisces. If you really want to understand Pisces deeply, go get my Pisces masterclass. It is phenomenal. It will really create giant breakthroughs for you if you're involved with the Pisces or you have a large Pisces chart signature. But these are the souls that feel too much, and these are the people who never learned how to not drown in their own emotions. They didn't learn how to turn off the valve, the spigot. And they hurt easily, and they love deeply, and they escape instinctively. Their instinctive reaction is escape. It's like the fish, the fish in the ocean sees the big whale, whoop, escape, and they disappear unintentionally. It's a protective instinct inside of them. And oftentimes they break the hearts of the very people that wanted to love them the most. Yes. If you have gotten this far, I want to applaud you because you are deep and you are spiritual, and you are on a path that really wants to evolve and grow and learn. And I want to know if you made it all the way to the end, because you are an extraordinary person. You hung in there for an hour learning about this particular part of yourself or another person. And this is how you grow compassion. This kind of learning teaches empathy, compassion, and ultimately forgiveness. And I want to tell you something that I think is really important in life now that I'm 1 year older and I'm stepping into my wisdom years. Forgiveness is the highest form of love that there is available in the human spirit. It is. And so, with this being my very last video on the Pain and Pitfalls series, I hope so much that you've watched this whole series so you can understand those parts of yourself in your own chart. You have all 12 signs in your chart. And I hope so much that this video series has created compassion, love, tenderness, and most of all, forgiveness for yourself and for others. And thank you for being on this astrological journey with me. I hope so much that my life has made a difference in your life. And I hope you'll come learn with me at the Athena Academy of Astrology. I'll see you soon. From my house here in Seattle to wherever you live in the world, I hope you are wonderful and well. Take good care. Bye for now.